there's a lot of talk about will Starmer go? Will it be Rayner? Will it be him? Will it be her? For me, it is not about the personalities. It is about the policies. It is about making the right political choices. But I know full well, the way our rules work, if we were going to change our relationship with Labour, it has to go to a conference of the union. I know full well that if that conference was called tomorrow, the majority vote, I think, would be quite clear to break that link with the Labour Party, because that's exactly the way that our members are feeling at the moment. But equally, we don't need a void either. Working people need to be properly represented, because what you end up with otherwise is reaction. What you end up with otherwise is the likes of Reform filling that vacuum, and we've already seen how they've performed. Look, I had the displeasure of being in a TV studio with the Reform leader from one council, and when he was asked, how will you make cuts in your area, how will you deal with the budget deficit, his response was to cut the money from children with special educational needs. Now, if you want one thing that demonstrates what's going on with politics, that's the thing for me. We live in the sixth richest economy in the world, and we're talking about balancing the books by taking away provision from some of the most vulnerable in the community. That's absolutely appalling. And I don't want anybody's, because I've already heard it from one or two quarters, I don't want anybody having a go at us and saying that because of what you're doing, you are potentially letting Reform in. That's absolute nonsense. The blame for that lays fairly and squarely with the Labour Party. It's their political choices that have meant that there is a gap, if you like, for Reform to fill in. And if you look at the wider political position, look at the Home Secretary with the announcement made today around refugees and asylum and visas, etc. You can't fight racism with racism. It simply doesn't work. You pander to it if you do that, and you end up increasing the Reform vote. I mean, why vote for Reform Mark 2 when you can vote for Reform Mark 1? So that there are all sorts of reasons. For us, obviously, the focus is on Birmingham, but time and time again, the Labour Party have made the wrong political decisions. And as a result of that, we will see what happens in the May elections in Birmingham. And if you want another indication of how shambolic they are, apparently they don't have the money now to run an election campaign in Birmingham, is the latest that we have heard. This coming from the party of government. What we need is not a void to be filled by the reactionaries. What we need is politicians who are genuinely going to represent working class men and women.